Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So I'm pretty sure you guys are already caught up with the whole little baby situation with his baby mama. So Moneybagg Yo baby mama decided to put her own 2 cents in the situation, and this is what she had to say. Moneybagg Yo baby mama 10K said, "These the type of women I be talking about. This is S-eater behavior. You risking your child getting covered because you won't boss up. You putting all your energy and applying pressure to him, getting you some because you watching what this man doing for the next female. But you the one suffering. If he ain't doing for your child, take his behind to court, but still handle your business as a woman. And I'm not saying do everything on your own, because if he giving, I'm taking. However, I'm not waiting on no ninja for a freaking cash app. Period. I'm the type of B that's gonna S on a ninja and go get it. Hashtag 10K stuff." Of course, y'all know Aisha was going to respond, and she said, "I respect all baby mamas, even the 10th one. We not going back and forth either on site. I'm not tongue wrestling with nobody I don't know for real, and really ain't got no business speaking on me. I'm a real female." And that's when 10K responded, "First or the last, I'm still gonna get off my behind and get it myself." I understand that Aisha, she wanted to respond since she was getting talked about, but she has no room to say anything. I mean, yes, Lil Baby is wrong for trying to hold the car over her head and not doing for her the same way he's doing for Jada. But what she has to understand is he's supposed to take care of his son, and Lil Baby's in a relationship with his girlfriend, so he's taking care of his girlfriend and his other son. He don't have to do for you. He has to do for his son. Anyways, I understand what 10K is saying. Like, she's not waiting on Moneybagg Yo to give her this. She went and got it on her own. She even went live talking about how she had 9 jobs and she was a security guard. So I'm gonna let you guys listen to that, and you let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below.
I don't know how old she is. I mean, I don't really care. Like, I made my first $1 million at 22 years old. Yeah, and it came from a place of I'm gonna show a motherfucker. Like, it came from a place like that. Like, that's where my success came from. Like, I'm gonna show him, I'm gonna get on my shit and I'm gonna get my shit together. And I sacrificed a lot. It took me a minute, like, to get that together. I remember having like 9 jobs in 1 year. Like, I'm gonna do what I got to do. Like, I don't fuck all this shit to take care of my kids, and that's just it. I even was a security guard at one point. Shit. Hell no, I had went and got my gun license and everything because I wanted to be the highest paid security officer. I mean, I'm just gonna do what it is. For like, I'd have been in a room with a friend and like they like boohoo crying. You know how like them ladies lose their husband and shit, and they be going crazy like they got a good husband that do everything for them, and them type of just go crazy like, "Oh, you ain't finna take my nigga away from me." Like, God just going this time. But I'm like, okay, so we didn't cry 24 hours. Like, I didn't cry with you. Now, if I come back, you call me over there, and then I'm gonna comfort you, and we gonna talk about it. And then I come back over there the second day. Like, we not finna be still crying from yesterday. Like, we ain't finna be talking about, oh, this stuff, like this. Now you should be at the point where you done cried the whole goddamn day, and then you like, I'm finna show this nigga. But that's me. Like, when does that, it's something like supposed to like click in your brain to be like, man, do you get to cleaning up the whole house like that? What is a young mindset though? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, what is a young mindset? I don't understand a young mindset. Like, what is a young mindset? Because this was my mindset, like goddamn, as a teenage mom, and what the fuck is a young mindset? It's either you stupid or you not. Or let me rephrase it. It's either you being stupid or you're not. That's all I'm saying. Like, boss up. Like, we ain't finna just be, we ain't gonna be no hoes. Like, we ain't finna just be sitting over here just be no all day. Like, that's what a is. Like, I ain't no. I ain't no. So I'm not gonna display shit behavior, and I ain't no simp. So I'm just finna go, cut Pandora on, clean up. It ain't only a nigga gonna do so much if you quit with him. That's anybody. It's anybody. Anybody is only gonna do so much for you. Like a grown person. That's anybody. Ain't your mama cut your ass off? Like, didn't your mama cut your ass off? Like, when I got a certain age, my mama cut my ass off. And you hear those success stories, like motherfuckers be like, well, my mama wasn't shit or my dad wasn't shit, so this made me want a better life. That's where it come from. Like, Pandora come on. It ain't just niggas. You gonna be blaming everybody then at this point. Cause you ain't got a car, cause you ain't got a place to stay. You gonna be blaming everybody. Yeah, nobody is obligated to take care of no grown motherfucker. Not your rich ass sister, rich ass brother, your rich ass. Even if you got a Terry in the family, you know, automatically Terry's money, the soul food, auntie, like any of that shit. Like, eventually, they don't have to do nothing for you. And they'll do something, especially if you trying. But if you ain't, no. Everybody gonna eventually cut their ass off. Oh, man, you expect them to pay for everything.
Where I'd be like, oh shit, he coming around. Finna promise some shit. It ain't never gonna happen. Like, me and my close friends, we actually make jokes out of it. I'm like, oh God, he said he's gonna do this. Let's see if it happens. No, he's like, no, we do. But anyway, he does it a lot. Like, he'll get in his mood swings and he'll be like, fuck it, I'm not doing shit. And he'll be like, yeah, we kind of figured that. But anyway, he comes around again this year and he's like, hey, I want to get you and Jason a car. Now, this year, my car actually went bad. A part in my transmission went out where I needed to get it fixed. And the part was like, I think it was like $3,000 to get my transmission done. And then it was like I had an issue with the axles on my car. So I've actually car since I gave birth to my son. Like, me and Jason have been driving the same car since I brought him home from the hospital. I have a Q50 Infiniti of 2016. So my car messed up this year and he comes around and he's like, I'm gonna get you guys a car. So I'm like, okay. The car would have actually been right on time because I don't live in Atlanta. I live like an hour out of Atlanta. And I started like taking just like black cars, Ubers, to go handle my business when I have to go do stuff in the city, and it was costly. So when he said I was calling him about a car, I was calling him about a car that he offered me, not for him to buy me a car. He actually told me that he bought me a car for Mother's Day. He called me, he got my name, he got my driver's license number, he did all of this stuff, and it was like a month after Mother's Day, and he still had not gave me the car. Whole time, my car is messed up. And I explained to my mom, like, hey, listen, one night I was headed away on my hour drive home, and it was raining. And like I said, the axles are bad on my car. So the car, like, damn near did a 360 on the expressway with the water. Like, the water and the rain made it really hard to drive. So I'm like, listen, I called him. I was like, hey, this car is dangerous to drive. And, you know, me and Jason really do need a car. And he was like, okay, I'm going to give you the car. But the whole time I'm feeling like he's holding this car and he's holding the benefit. So at this point, I kind of feel like I'm in a situation where he's dangling what he can do or has done over my head. And he just wants to play like mind games with that. And it's like, it's a month after Mother's Day and I'm on the expressway and all of a sudden my car stops allowing me to accelerate. So I'm like, what the fuck? I ended up taking my car to the shop and they told me that my transmission has been bad and I'm 1,000 miles over my warranty. So I'm calling him back like, hey, you said you bought us a car. This is the second year in a row you promised us a car. My transmission is bad. My axles are bad. And Jason, actually need a car. Like, are you going to give us the car? Like, what's taking you so long to give us this car? But he's being him. So, of course, you guys know we're living in the middle of a pandemic, and me and Jason are taking these costly rides back and forth to get to the grocery store or to the city, wherever we have to go. And we're in and out of the car with complete strangers, you know, pretty much putting ourselves in a position to actually catch COVID-19 if one of our drivers could have possibly had it, because they've been driving around people all day.